Okay, so I just got done watching Mortal Kombat 2021, and I have thoughts. So there's going to be spoilers here as well. So stop watching if you don't want spoilers. Stop watching if you don't want spoilers. You've been warned. Right. So okay, did I like it? Yeah, 7 out of 10. I give it 7 out of 10. A good fun time. It started off amazing. Watching Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, Bihan more specifically. It instantly had such a presence on the screen. Like just the way he was looking at everyone. He's like, yo, I'm the bad guy, and I love it. It was awesome, and I genuinely felt sorry for Hanzo, finding his family dead and all that business. That stuff kind of hit me. I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't like I knew it was going to happen, but I thought the way they presented it is very well done. It's a good film. I enjoyed a lot of the little nods they put in. I loved Cabal's accent because for some reason they gave him like a New York cabbie accent. He's like, I'm walking here, like that kind of accent. I loved it. Kano carried the film. Let's face it, he's probably the goat. Sub-Zero was awesome. Scorpion was awesome. Most of them were awesome. Sonya was really beautiful for some reason. Every time she was on screen, I was like, I like this. Um, there was a lot of stuff that I thought was going to bother me after watching the trailers that didn't really bother me watching the film. Like, I was like, oh, Cole Young, oh, what's he doing in the film? And, like, yeah, I quickly got over that. I was like, okay, whatever. He's in the film, yeah, that's fine. Some of the story has to go through him, whatever. I would rather he wasn't in it, but it wasn't a bad thing in the film for the most part. The fights were great. Watching Kung Lao fight, I was recognizing some of his moves. I was like, this is shit Kung Lao does. This film was made by people who love Mortal Kombat, which kind of leads to one of the. It wasn't a problem for me, but I imagine it would be a problem for people who don't already love Mortal Kombat. It seems like the film was made specifically for people who already love Mortal Kombat. Because there were so many nods and Easter eggs in the film that were just like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. But as I was watching it, I was thinking, man, if you didn't already love Mortal Kombat, you thought this would probably not be very good. Like, what did we learn about Reiko in that film? Nothing. You learn nothing about Reiko in that film. What did we learn about Melina in that film? About her history, about her origin, about why she's got the teeth. Nothing. It's so weird. The film explained too much and not enough. It explained all the shit, like, oh, there's a tournament and you got a birthmark, and all. They went into great detail, constantly banging on about that and all that, but they just glossed over the fact that there's other realms, glossed over the fact that there's monsters, glossed over the fact that Goro is a Shogun, glossed over the fact that they glossed over so much. And if you didn't already know Mortal Kombat, you'd be like, what the fuck's this? What the fuck's that? What the fuck's this? There's a vampire lady? What the fuck's this? What the fuck's that? Why did Shang Tsung repeatedly call Nitara beautiful? Like, are they a thing? Are they an item? Is he dating her? Why did Shang Tsung's eyes go black when he, like, well, all the time? That's not a thing that happens in the games. Kung Lao died, of course. That's a bit of a shame because Kung Lao was awesome in this, but he died because, I don't know, you got to kill Kung Lao, I guess. There's so much that was kind of weird about it. Like, oh, Cole's power. Oh, God. Oh, God. Mm. When it became apparent that everyone was going to have magic powers, I was like, okay, so Sonya's going to kill Kano and she'll get them the energy rings, even though in the games she uses technology. I don't know why they have to give everyone magic powers, but okay. They also don't explain how everyone has magic powers. You just have to accept it, which is not. There's so many things. I kept hearing people going, oh, it's so faithful to the lore, it's so faithful to the source material, it's so faithful, and it was, sometimes. Sometimes I'd be watching it and I'd be like, that's awesome, that's just like the games, that's just like the games, that's just like the games. But then, like, half the time I'd be like, well, that's wrong, that's not like the games, what the fuck is this? Why have you introduced this? Why have you changed that? What's up with this? There's so many things, like Reptile. They called him Sizoth in the film. That's Reptile's actual name. I was like, yes, that's awesome. Except, literally in the same sentence when they said Sizoth, they called him a reptilian. He's not a reptilian, he's a Zeteran. So why didn't they call him a Zeteran? Why did they call him a reptilian? Also, since when does Reptile fight completely naked? Never. He doesn't. But, luckily Kano carries the film, so there's that. I thought Scorpion and Sub-Zero were going to have way bigger roles in this film. I thought Sub-Zero was going to be all over this film, and Scorpion would be, like, right there on his case. But nope, they're in the beginning. Sub-Zero kind of appears a couple of times and doesn't do much later on, and then at the end they have a fight. That's it. And I was like, oh, man, I was really looking forward to Sub-Zero being this looming threat that just is constantly on their case. But no, nope. And Melina had I quickly got over the fact that Melina doesn't look actually anything like Melina. You know, that was one of my complaints about the trailer. I was like, oh, Melina. I guess, I have to assume, just based on the teeth and the size, because outside of the weapon and her teeth, she doesn't look anything like Melina. But I got over that, because, you know... Sorry, there's a George. I quickly got over that, because, you know, Melina was pretty hot. Melina's hotter in that film than she is in MK11, let me tell you that much. But yeah, there's so many things, so many things that were just wrong, just off. And I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the film was still 7 out of 10. I recommend it. If you like Mortal Kombat, watch it. If you don't like Mortal Kombat, if you're not already a fan of Mortal Kombat, probably don't watch it, because you'll probably be like, what the fuck? But like, you know, like Nitara, they go, oh yes, this is Nitara, she's a beauty. And now she's dead. Okay. Worth her being in the film then? Okay. And I heard people going, oh, there's so many fatalities in the film that are from the game. So many. So many. Okay. So there was Scorpion's one where he killed Bihan, you know. Okay. Sub-Zero did not do a single spine rip in the film, by the way, which is a crime. Scorpion's one where he flames them. Liu Kang's kinda when he does the dragon. Because the dragon chomped down on him, except it just left him on fire. It didn't eat him in half like it does in the games, but kinda. We saw Jax do the clap, which, you know, classic Mortal Kombat 2. And here's another thing as well. We saw fucking all of this, except for the Scorpion fatality, all of this in the trailers. They spoiled it. We're like, well, we know Sonya kills Melina because it was in the trailer. We know Kano kills Reptile because it was in the trailer. Also, why is Raiden a dick in this film? Why is he a dick? Like, he's not a dick in the games. He's somewhat incompetent, and he finds himself in difficult situations where he might make the wrong choice here or there, but he is an outright asshole in this film. He's just a dick. I don't like Raiden in this film. He's an arsehole. And also, seeing Raiden with 5 o'clock shadow is kind of weird. I don't know why, it just is. I feel like I'm shitting all over this film. Like, I did enjoy it, but there was a lot. There's a lot that stuck out to me. Like, that's weird. Why did they do that? The CGI was not very good, but that might be because I wasn't watching the highest quality version possible. That might be possible. But I still think the CGI was not that good. There was a lot of times when I was like, oh, that looks like CGI, which is not the hallmark of good CGI. But, you know, whatever. That might just be a budgetary constraint. Cole Young's magic power. When it became apparent that everyone was going to have a magic power, I was like, yeah, okay. So we saw we saw a few frames of Cole with what looked like rubber on his body. Like, that's his rubber power? I don't know. And then, once it became apparent that everyone was going to have a power, I jokingly said out loud, his superpower is going to be getting his ass kicked. I said that as a joke. And then Goro shows up, hiding in his garage for some reason. Goro didn't, like, materialize out of a portal in front of the house or anything. He's like, yo, I'm going to hide in the garage for some reason. Okay, Goro. And then Cole starts getting his ass kicked. And then all this weird stuff starts forming all over his body. And it allows him to get his ass kicked but not feel it so bad. So his superpower is actually getting his ass kicked. And I was joking about that. And also he can materialize Tanya's weapons, but they've got blades on them for some reason. I don't think Tonfa are very cool weapons at all. I don't think Tanya's very cool, but that's his weapon. And he killed Goro? The guy who, basically his entire character is, I lose at fights because I'm bad. That's his entire character, right? He beat Goro. And I feel I need to slow down and stress how much of an important fact this is about Goro, to let people understand why it was so upsetting to see Cole Young kill Goro. It was a really cool death, don't get me wrong, with the blade in the eye and then the guts falling out. That was awesome. But you have to understand that the guy who... Goro is the most successful Mortal Kombat champion of all time. Hands down, without question. He won 9 tournaments in a row. 9! In a row! No one's done that in Mortal Kombat as far as we know. Not even the great Kung Lao. 9 tournaments in a row. And he lost to the guy who is famous for not being able to win fights. Not gonna lie, that pissed me off. Because I love Goro, he's awesome. The single, I hate using this word, but I'm gonna use it, the single winningest champion in the whole of Mortal Kombat was defeated by the guy who keeps losing. That was lame. Also, when I saw Jax's metal arms, I was like, they look pretty scrawny and weak. Oh, but we know he's going to get better arms because we saw him do the fatality on Reiko in the trailer. So we not only do we know how Reiko's going to die, we know that Jax is going to have better arms. And I thought his arms were going to be made for him by the Special Forces, but no. No! His arms are magic! That made me go no out loud. I was like, no, and I watched them transform. It didn't just like... His arms, his scrawny little metal arms just transformed like a transformer does because of the magic. Oh, God, that was so bad. I was like, no. I literally went no out loud. Oh, his arms are magic, and they're transforming like a transformer does. That's... No is what that is. But there was some great stuff. Like when Jax was fighting Sub-Zero at the beginning. Well, basically every time Sub-Zero was on camera was awesome. Every time Scorpion was on camera was awesome. Didn't happen very much, did it really? Let's face it. Also, this is one thing I found weird. When Kung Lao died, right? Now normally, in Mortal Kombat 9, Liu Kang was like, Raiden, you stood there and you let Kung Lao be killed. Or was it MKX when he said that? When he was a Revenant. Either way, Liu Kang in the games was like, you stood there and you let Kung Lao be killed. How could you? And I was like, well, he couldn't fucking help it, could he? Just Shao Kahn just went, yo, you're dead. But in this, he still could have helped her. He could have just gone teleport away. But no, I'm going to wait till Kung Lao is dead. A very slow death, by the way. I'm going to wait till that's done. And then I'll teleport everyone away. Right? Get this. To a realm where Shang Tsung cannot get to them. And I actually shouted at the TV. I said, why is your base not there? Why is your base where you train these people not there? Where Shang Tsung can't get to them? Why is your base instead in Earthrealm where Shang Tsung can get to them? And then you have to put up a mystical force field which is defeated. The force field is defeated by the absolutely unprotected staff being attacked. Unprotected staff. Attacked, easily brought down the defenses. How? I've always been a defender of Raiden, because people are always like, he's an incompetent protector and all this lot. And it's like, well, in the games, he's not so much an incompetent protector. He's out of his depth, because people are just fucking Shang Tsung's trickery and all this business. But no. In this film, he is an incompetent boob. And he's an arsehole. Fuck Raiden in this movie. Yeah, fuck Raiden in this film. Fuck him, he's an arsehole. But I had fun with it. On the whole, had fun with it. There were some things that made me go, what the fuck? But, on the whole, had fun with it. So, you know, the fatalities were cool. It's a shame we saw them all already, but the fatalities were cool. The gore was cool. Special effects, not great, but they weren't terrible. Most of the special effects were pretty good, but there was a substantial amount that made you just go, that's not great. Like, when Reiko, Melina, and Sub-Zero were approaching Shang Tsung, I was like, they kind of all look like they're on a green screen. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird how the film explains so much, but also explains so little. It's weird. It is definitely a film made for the fans of Mortal Kombat. And it delivers in a lot of ways. But my fears going into it were like, why have they changed shit? Why? Why is Shang Tsung the Emperor of Outworld? He's not in the games. There's so much they changed. there's a lot they kept true, which was nice, but there was like more they changed, and the stuff they changed just stuck out to me. And I guess I'm done ranting about this. It's a decent film. If you like Mortal Kombat, watch it. It's worth your money. If you like Mortal Kombat, watch it, support it, and then they'll make more. I'm going to support it. I had to watch a pirated version because I guess, well, it's easy to joke about Warner Brothers not wanting our money. I'm sure there was a licensing issue because I'm sure Warner Brothers want our money, but us in the UK, we can't watch it. The film came out today. Can't watch it legally. Can't. I want to give them money to watch it, and they're like, nah. Sorry. So I had to watch a pirated version on a website. When it is, I heard it's coming to Amazon Prime Video, and when it does, I will pay the £15 or whatever it is to rent it, because I want to support this. I want them to make more. But why did they change so much stuff? And why did Goro lose to the guy that's famous for losing? Why? I just can't get over that. But, you know, that's just me. That's just my personal feelings about it. I don't know what else to say, really. Watch it. Support it if you can. I'll be supporting it once I can. And, yeah, let me know what you think about the film. Let me know if all the changes upset you, or if you just didn't really care. Let me know if Cole Young's existence upset you, or if you're just okay with it. Let me know if you're looking forward to seeing Johnny Cage in the sequel, and if The Miz should play Johnny Cage, because, I mean, he probably should. He probably should play Johnny Cage. Yeah, and, you know, with that, I'm going to say peace, and I'm going to change my phone holding position like this, because this went on for longer than I thought it was going to, Grease.